those of you who drive back and forth on 151, on April the 16th we had a flood. And in August of 1969, we had a major flood. At that time, 2 feet of water in this building. Wow. 2 feet. That was Hurricane Camille. And April the 16th, no water on the floor, but water gushed underneath. And we decided enough was enough, no more water underneath, and if it wanted to come in, it had to come in through the windows. So we have, the whole perimeter of this building is going to take some heavy construction equipment to move, and it won't go with water. So we're safe in here for the moment anyway. The future. This room, with a lot of luck, a lot of community support, could become our dream. The dream of the Rockfish Valley Foundation, which incidentally was formed in 2005, very, very new. Formed in 2005, our dream is to create a community center. This would become an affiliation with the Virginia Museum of Natural History, which is the state museum in Martinsville. And we're working towards that. They have approved the concept. This part of the room is sitting where we would have exhibit displays. That back corner of the room would be for local artisans. The rest of the space would be used for events, and you can see everything moves around. It's just like a jigsaw puzzle, just move everything around. We've already created a Wi-Fi here. We've already created a weather station here that all of you all can access on rockfishvalley.org. We've got a board of trustees of 13. We've got committees. We've got chairs of committees. We've got just a lot of energy, but guess what? We need more capacity. We need more volunteers. You know, I see Fred back here who mows trails. I don't know where he is, but Paul Davis is in here, and he mows trails. Bill Campmeyer over here watches the trees on the trails. It just goes on and on with people who do so much here. Craig Cooper is head of facilities with me. And he and Gail said, you need a weather station. And they gave us a weather station. So this is a wonderful project. And so stay tuned for the future. But why are we doing this geology trail? Well, I'm going to turn the program over to Lynn Fichter and Eric Powell. They are geology professors from JMU. In 2007, June of 2007, that's over 4 years ago, we dreamed that we could have a geology trail and that we could seek support from an organization in this community that we thought would just be a perfect partner. And that perfect partner was the Bama Works Fund. And in June of 2007, they gave us support. And it pleases me to embarrass him by saying that Dan Monahan, in sort of an orange shirt, is here. Well, we wanted Dave Matthews, but it's okay. But it's been a wonderful thing. In 2009, we had gotten stuck in the mud on this project, and so we got more support, and it's just been a wonderful undertaking. Martha, too. Martha, are you here?
She's coming.
She's coming.
Yes.
Martha, too, is a graduate of JMU who we wanted to find an intern to start and do the research. And we met Eric Powell, and Eric Powell introduced it to Martha, too. And Martha, too, did hundreds of hours of work. And before Martha graduated, Lynn Fichter, who sits in an office that has got more stuff going on than any professor that I know, said, this interests me. Well, you're now looking at the work product, and I don't even want to say 200 hours, but it's just a humongous amount of work that ended up in these storyboards, in this trail guide. So it's been a collaboration of Chip Morgan, who went out today and got these rocks, Chip and myself and Eric and Lynn and Martha, and another 6 people. So here we are today, dedicating it. We're going to have this presentation here. Then we're going to the trailhead where we're going to cut a ribbon. Connie Brennan's going to join us later. And then we're going to have a reception. The James Madison Communications Center created a press release, and they said to Lynn, answer a few questions for us. Well, being himself, he wrote it all out, you know, perfectly edited. All I had to do is pick it up. So if I wanted to, I could read you what he said. And I'm going to read a little of it because these are his words, and it's just, I can't do it better. So he was asked what the major significance of the trail's geology is. Good question. And he said, it's easy to drive across Virginia, see the beautiful scenery, and never be aware of the wonderful and complex geologic history that underlies it. Virginia has some of the most interesting geology to be found anywhere, and our purpose is to help make people aware of this history. The Rockfish Valley in particular contains a microcosm of the Blue Ridge geologic province. It is representative of the geology that can be found all up and down the Blue Ridge from northeast to southwest. The oldest rocks in the region go back 1 billion years. Represent an ancient mountain building event called the Grenville. And I'm going to stop there because you're going to learn the rest of the paragraph and the rest of these pages before you go home today, and then you'll want to come back for more. How did JMU get involved? Well, I touched on that a bit, but it's a wonderful thing when you can have a partnership with another person or another organization. And what you've got here is a partnership of people from Nelson, from Harrisonburg, from Charlottesville, and Martha too, who now is not exactly using her geology education, but she was so excited to be the one selected, and she was able to work during her senior year on this project. For the Rockfish Valley Foundation to continue to seek interns and seek projects, that's what we're all about. It's education, it's bringing people in to be part of us, and then taking it out to the schools. The signs and posters that have been created are important. There are 3 sets of them. On the back wall is a laminated set. It can go to schools, in the back of a car. These boards can be moved around to locations, put on easels, be part of presentations, or just sit in a hall for people to read them themselves. And then we have the 3rd set over at the trail. And there are 3 stops on the trail, which we'll do when we leave here. I hope you all got the trail guide. I want to thank in particular someone who is not here, Alice Fainish. Alice is a professional editor. She's retired, living in Stony Creek, and she edited the trail guide, the storyboards, the press release, a blessed volunteer for us.